and I'm going to teach you how to do nothing. So we've all had this day. You slept through class, practice went to crap, and now you have all of this work to do. And this is a typical college student day, right? I had this day not too long ago, and I was starting to get frustrated through a soccer practice with just me and Kara. And I was trying to juggle a soccer ball, and I just couldn't do it. I was getting frustrated, and I was yelling, and Kara just sat me down, and she said, "Let's look at the clouds." And they kind of looked like this. And we just sat there, and at that moment, I was at peace. I wasn't thinking about the campus tour I was going to give in an hour, or I wasn't thinking about doing all of this crap, or the juggling the soccer ball. And when we went back and started juggling, I could do it. Stress is a serious issue among college students, and you guys all experience this. And most of it can be pinpointed because of America's workaholic culture. And there's a solution to it, and it's kind of abstract, and it's to do nothing. So I'm going to talk about the problem, the cause, and the solution to this. So the problem is your stress. So 80% of college students are reported to being stressed most of the time. And because of this is according to the American Institute of Stress. And because of that, 34% of college students report of being depressed. Now here, college students were asked when they were mostly stressed, if they were stressed in the last year or week or yesterday. And some people, this is divided by male and female. And people said, no, not never, no, not in the last 12 months, yes, the last 2 weeks, yes, the last 30 days, yes, the last 12 months, anytime within the last 12 months. Now I know that's a big portion that says, no, they're not stressed at all, but this adds up and just overtakes that. And stress has other health problems like heart disease, asthma, obesity, depression. And there was a study taken by Harvard and Stanford that somewhere in the US, I don't know where, somewhere in the US, they calculated that stress can take up to 33 years off your life. 33 years off your life. Not one, not two, 33 years. This is mind-boggling. The cause of this is America's workaholic culture. Now, America puts busyness on a high pedestal, and it kind of gives you like a high status, like you're such an important person, you have to go to all these places. And people will complain and say, ugh, I'm so busy. But that kind of makes you look important. Now I'm gonna state a quote from Sarah Cox, and she was hospitalized because of her chronic stress at work. She says, people are suffering with stress and pressure, and they're ashamed to talk about it because it's seen as a sign of weakness, and it shouldn't be. Now Sarah Cox, she was hospitalized because of her body literally shutting down, physically shutting down because of chronic stress. Now she had to quit that job, which was a high prestigious job that she worked very hard for, and she had to take 10 months off of doing just nothing. She couldn't do any work because of how serious her condition was. So the solution to do this is to do nothing, literally nothing. Take breaks. This concept was created by Jenny Odell, and she said that you literally have to create some space to just do nothing. If you keep chugging through your unmotivation to do your work, it's gonna result in a low productivity. So you really need to take breaks, take yourself out of your stressed head, so you can really get that work done and efficiently. Some tips of doing nothing is to make time for it. You have to make a conscious effort to see yourself. So when you are finding your lack of concentration in your work, that is the time to sit and daydream or something, do nothing without technology. And that's the next tip. You cannot be using technology that stimulates your brain, and your brain just needs to take time to look at its surroundings. The next one's kind of weird. You have to practice daydreaming. Now, daydreaming kind of promotes creativity and productivity in your work. And then the last one is my favorite one. It's called deep listening. And you have to sit in your surroundings, and you have to take note of what you're listening to. So right now I'm listening to the air conditioning. There's a couple sniffles and coughs and whatnot. The pencil going down right there. And you have to really, it helps you look outside of your internalized stress. So in conclusion, stress is on the rise, and it's becoming a huge epidemic among college students like us. A lot of the stress can be pinpointed because of America's go, go, go mentality of never really taking a break. But we can go against the grain and individually help our stress by committing to the idea of taking breaks and truly enjoying life, sitting still, and doing nothing. Thank you.